Elias Ford had seen strange things in his years patrolling the northern borderlands, but nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared him for the sight before him. A girl, no, a woman, stood, trembling in the wooden cabin he used as a ranger outpost. Her skin shimmered a deep emerald green, flecked with bioluminescent sparkles that pulsed like constellations beneath her surface. Her hair, long and blonde, clung in wet strands across her cheeks, and she was terrified. Her hands clutched the edges of the flannel shirt he had given her when he found her collapsed outside by the tree line. But now she was pulling it open, revealing more of the alien glow beneath. "I took it off. Please," she whispered, voice quivering. "Please don't be afraid." Elias froze. Only minutes ago, she could barely speak. Now she was pleading. He swallowed hard, the steam from the tin mug on the counter curling lazily between them. Outside, the midday sun lit the field in warm gold. Inside, the world felt as if someone had drained all the air from it. "Why?" Elias finally managed. "Why would I be afraid of you?" Her eyes glistened a luminous shade of green that wasn't human but still painfully expressive. "Because you saw what I was hiding," she said, pulling the shirt further aside. The glow intensified, crawling like liquid light across her collarbones. "And because they will come for me now." Elias's pulse spiked. "Who?" "The wardens," she whispered. "My people's hunters, and they won't spare you for helping me." 3 hours earlier, Elias had been returning from a wildlife survey, boots wet with dew and mind half distracted with thoughts of overdue paperwork. Then he spotted her. At first, he thought lightning had struck something in the forest. There had been a flash of green between the pines, but the glow wasn't fading. It was crawling. He approached cautiously. She lay collapsed against a fallen log, breathing shallow. Her skin glowed in pulses, as if something inside was malfunctioning. And then her eyes opened. "Help me," she mouthed. Instinct overtook reason. He lifted her into his arms, her skin warm like sunlight, and carried her to his cabin. He didn't ask questions, just wrapped her in a blanket, warmed water on the stove, and waited. He didn't expect her to wake up terrified, or to tear off the shirt he'd given her, or to reveal a truth that would change everything he understood about the world. The woman's breath hitched, and she pulled the flannel tighter against, utterly ashamed. "I didn't want you to see," she said. "Humans are supposed to fear us. That's what we're told." Elias shook his head slowly. "Well, I'm not doing a great job of that." A tiny, unsteady laugh escaped her. It was the first sound she'd made that wasn't sorrow. "What's your name?" he asked gently. She hesitated. "Lyra." Her gaze dropped. "I didn't mean to come here. I was being chased." "I crossed through the rift without thinking." Elias's chest tightened. The rift legend whispered of strange lights, missing hikers, unnatural storms. Locals said it was connected to another world, but no one ever had proof. Until now. Lyra stepped back, wrapping her arms around herself as if the memory burned. "The wardens hunt anyone who tries to break free," she said. But I couldn't stay. Not after what they were doing." "What were they doing?" She looked up, and her voice was barely audible. erasing us. The cabin creaked in the wind. Elias felt his stomach drop. You mean, your people? She nodded slowly. We're told we're born to obey, born to serve the warden's vision. They call us luminescents, living conduits, energies to harvest. Her glow dimmed as if responding to her mood. We're not supposed to feel anything. Not fear, not love, not pain, but I do. I always did. And when they found out, she swallowed hard. I ran. He didn't know her, didn't understand her world. But something in her voice, raw, trembling, made him reach out instinctively. You're safe here. She shook her head violently. No, I'm not. And nor you're not either. The first explosion shook the shutters. Elias whipped around. Lyra's eyes widened with terror. They found me. The second blast was closer, trees snapping, the ground trembling with an unnatural rumble. Shadows flickered through the window-tall shapes, moving with impossible speed. Elias grabbed his rifle on instinct, flicking the safety off. Stay behind me, he ordered, but Lyra stepped forward, shaking. No, you don't understand. They don't want to capture me. They want to erase me. And anyone who helped. A searing green beam sliced past the window, burning a line across the wooden wall. The smell of ozone filled the cabin. Elias ducked, pulling Lyra to the ground. How do we stop them? He yelled over the ringing in his ears. You don't, she cried. You can't fight a warden. Well, I'm not going to let them kill you. Her breathing accelerated, glowing patterns racing across her arms like veins of light. They're tracking the energy coming off me, she said desperately. If I could suppress it just for a moment, they might lose the trail. Can you? She hesitated, eyes fluttering. I took off the regulator to escape. Without it, I can't control the output. That's why I'm glowing this much. The thing you removed earlier, she nodded. It dampened my energy, kept me hidden, but it also kept me weak, powerless. Elias's jaw clenched. Can I help you put it back on? Her breath caught. No, she whispered. If I put it back on, they'll harvest me instantly. The regulator is a leash. She looked up, eyes full of fear and plea. Please, Elias, don't let them take me. He stared into those luminous eyes and made a choice. Then we run. Elias grabbed his pack, slung it over his shoulder, and hauled Lyra toward the back door. Outside, the forest loomed dark, tangled, dangerous. But safer than staying. He burst out into the tall grass, pulling her behind him. A blast struck the ground inches away, spraying dirt. The wardens emerged from the tree-lined towering figures in obsidian armor, green runes pulsing across their limbs. Their eyes burned like emerald fire. They weren't human. They weren't anything close. Lyra of the luminescence, a booming voice thundered, "You will be returned." Lyra trembled violently, but Elias tightened his grip. Don't listen to them. Move. They sprinted toward the ravine behind the cabin. One warden raised an arm. Light crackled down. Elias shouted. They dove. A beam tore through the air above them, vaporizing a tree. Elias pulled Lyra into the underbrush, weaving between roots and branches. His lungs burned. Her glow flickered erratically. "I can't hold it," she gasped. "You don't have to. Just keep going." Behind them, the wardens advanced with terrifying precisions, inevitable. They reached the edge of the Ravina sheer drop, 50 feet straight down to a river thrashing over jagged stone. Lyra staggered. "They're too close," she whispered. "Elias, go. They want me, not you. Not happening." He scanned the cliffs. No path. No time. The wardens stepped out from the trees, forming a semicircle. There was no way out, unless Elias turned to Lyra. "You said the regulator suppresses your energy, right?" She nodded weakly. "Yes, but without it, you're strong." I don't know. I've never used my full power. It's forbidden." He cupped her face gently, forcing her to meet his eyes. "Lyra, listen to me. I'm right here. You're not alone. If there's even a chance you can fight, take it." She trembled, glowing brighter. "I'm afraid," she whispered. "I know," Elias said softly, "but being afraid doesn't mean you're weak." The wardens raised their arms. Lyra squeezed her eyes shut. Then her glow intensified, blossoming like a supernova beneath her skin. The first warden fired. The beam struck Lyra squarely in the chest and shattered into 1,000 sparks. Elias's jaw dropped. Lyra opened her eyes, and they blazed. Her skin rippled with energy, pure, radiant, uncontrolled. The forest lit up around them, shadows fleeing from her. "Return to us," the wardens commanded, but their voices wavered. Lyra stepped forward. "No." A pulse erupted from her, a shockwave of emerald light that sent the wardens stumbling backward. Their armor flickered, runes dimming. Another blast, this time from her palms, struck the ground before the hunters, searing the earth. Elias shielded his face from the heat. Lyra floated inches above the ground, hair lifting in the energy swirling around her. "You tried to erase me," she said, voice layered with echoes. The wardens regrouped, raising their weapons, but Lyra raised her hands. A blinding column of green light surged outward, engulfing the clearing. The wardens screamed, energy fracturing their armor, splitting through them. Then, as the light faded, they collapsed, inert. Silence, the glow around Lyra dimmed. She staggered. Elias caught her.